I'm sitting there with Roy Orbison. It's like, wow, how does this happen to me? Roy Orbison, wow. Hard to imagine me growing up in Detroit, Michigan, listening to Pretty Woman on the radio and conceptualizing I'd ever meet the guy.
Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I like to meet.
I got to work with him. I got a call to do a duet for a movie. It was John Cryer. It was a pretty decent movie. He was hiding out from the mob as a teenager in high school was the story. And they had a scene in it where I think it was a roller rink and they were roller skating to Crying. And so they got this idea and they said, we want Katie Lang and Roy Orbison to sing a duet of Crying. Crying over you. And we're going to put it in the movie. Roy had no record deal. How does Roy Orbison not have a record deal? How do you even say that? It wasn't like something happened and he couldn't sing. He was Roy Orbison every day of his life. And it's like, you're the greatest singer in the world, and when record deals still meant something, you don't have one? Nobody come to your house and go, hey, sign here, what do you want? Let's do a Christmas record, let's do a Christian record, let's do anything, just let me record your voice. Roy was on the road, just doing gigs. And KD was like, I'll go anywhere to sing with Roy Orbison, right? And she's great. So we converge on this little town in New Hampshire. I get a room at the hotel, Kay's at the hotel, Roy, where the whole band is, and it's just a B-flat, you know, almost like a Best Western. They called me up and they said, we'll meet you down in the banquet room. You know, Kay's here, blah, 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 and we just want to talk, and he wants to meet you and this, that, and the other thing. So he'll be in the room at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So Roy comes in, and Roy is like always Roy. And his hair's perfect. His glasses were more tints than shades. His day clothes were black silk, black velvet, and red shoes. I mean, and he's like rock. I mean, it's like he invented it, right? And I'm sitting there with Roy Orbison. It's like, wow, how does this happen to me? So we're talking, and he was very, very soft-spoken. Well, Pete, I've listened to stuff that you've produced, and I like it, and you know what? And I think you'll do a very good job with this. I like what I've heard. I said, okay, great. Nice to meet you. Great, 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 great. Are you going to come to the show tonight? I said, absolutely. I go to the show, and it's a big open room with a big high stage. It's summertime. It's all ages, parents with their kids, you know. It's not just like the rock crowd. It was sort of like, this is what we're going to do. We're at the seashore, or we're at the lake or whatever, and we're going to go see a show. Oh, and it's this guy, Roy Orbison. And I'm sitting at the table with the LA Mucky Mucks, the guy that wrote the film, who was just glad to be anywhere. He'd been writing scripts his whole life and finally got a movie made. He's like, what? And Rick Rubin was there. Way early in Rick Rubin's career. We're sitting there and we're watching, and the band comes out and they play like the worst fusion song you ever heard. It was just like band gone wild, you know. It's like, yeah, we play with this guy Roy Orbison. Yeah, he's kind of cool. He's had some hits, you know. It was like oldies crap. So they come out and play this stuff, and I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be bad. I'm just like in mock horror watching this. They do their song, whatever it was, get their jollies off, boom, and then they go boom, 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 and they start playing this little vamp. They go, ladies and gentlemen, Roy Orbison. And it looked like he was on a skateboard. I couldn't see his feet move. He came out, it was all black, had his black, whatever it was, a 355 at the time, and he came out like this, like, zzz, because it was like, zzz, to the microphone, you know, and he was not animated. You've all probably seen Roy on television. He barely moved. He came out, he walked up to the microphone, and the band was like, zzz, and they went, bam. He leans into the microphone, dum 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 dee doo wah, and the place involuntarily explodes. And the only thing I can gauge it with is if you've ever been in a situation with a bunch of monks oming and it vibrates through your body. Like people say, you ever hear an orchestra, the strings tune up and it takes your breath away? And it's involuntary. He leans in, goes dum 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 dee doo wah, and these three little kids at the table next to me just like ejected out of their seats. They went, ah, like what happened? Because his voice went through the speakers, and whatever was going on with the molecules and the vibrations was like zzz, and just electrified the room. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. He does the show, and you're sitting there, and he's like, Leon, away with me. And he's doing hit after hit after hit, and you're like, wow, I forgot that one. Wow, this one, ba, 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 ba. And then he did Crying. And he goes, you know, crying over you, crying over you. Bump, 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 bump. And the place is like coming unglued. And he breaks Crying and goes right back into the bridge and starts the whole thing over again from the bridge. Like, that's one of the most cold-blooded R&B tricks of all time, right? Like, you're doing a 2-minute and 20 song, and you finish it, and you go, you liked it? Check it out. I'm going to do it again. The place was just unglued. The beautiful aside to this was we went to the dressing room, so let's go at least show Roy that we were here and pay our respects and say blah, blah, blah. So he's in the dressing room. He's in his rig. Rick Rubin, me, the ladies from the record label, all these people, and the guy that wrote the movie who was getting Roy and KD to sing in his movie, he said, Roy, he said, I'm just in shock. It was unbelievable. He goes, what, I mean, your voice is just incredible. What a beautiful instrument you have. And Roy said, I had nothing to do with it. It's a gift from God. That was it.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to more Rock Talk TV.